Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'll be talking about the other quarterbacks in the NFL draft in 2021. But before we get started today, I just wanted to mention that you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. You can also subscribe to the podcast, Just Jets, wherever it is that you get your podcast. You can call in, leave me your question. I'll try to get to it on the show. And last but not least, you can check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. Link in the description down below. You get bonus content over there. So if you're interested, check that out too. So what do I mean by the other quarterbacks? Well, the New York Jets came very, very close to ruining the tank on Monday Night Football if they finish with the same record as the Jacksonville Jaguars, which there's a very good chance the Jaguars don't win another game the rest of the year. So I am pleading with you to please become diehard Jacksonville Jaguars fans. We are rooting for the Jaguars to win each and every week. Hopefully they win one more and make our lives a little bit easier, because right now they have the strength of schedule tiebreaker over the Jets. So if both teams finish 1-15 with the strength of schedule staying the same, they would get the number one pick over the New York Jets. You want Trevor Lawrence. He is the generational prospect. I understand that. But what happens if the Jets end up picking two, end up picking three? I don't see how they don't pick one or two, but let's just talk about the other quarterbacks in this draft class. Justin Fields is the first one. So Justin Fields, the Ohio State quarterback, he is 6'3", 228. A lot of people feel like he is just a slight step back from Trevor Lawrence, and that if Lawrence wasn't in this draft class, he would be QB1. He's a lot of people's QB2. He, going into this year, was my QB3, but has jumped up to QB2. And it's easy to see why, because he has taken that step forward in his junior year at Ohio State. So last year he was excellent. He had a 67.2 completion percentage, 41 touchdowns, 3 picks, a 181.4 rating, which is very, very impressive. This year, through 3 starts, he's riding an 86.7 completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a yards per attempt of 10.9, almost 11 yards per attempt. That's a huge jump up from sophomore to junior. He's getting better as the year goes on. He's got really good size. He can make all the throws, which is what you want. And he has good legs too. He's not necessarily a run first. He can run and does run well. Like he's not a Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to say anything like that. I don't even think he's Deshaun Watson. My player comparison for him at the NFL level is Dak Prescott. Dak can use his legs. Dak also is a very accurate passer and can put up good throws and make a lot of the throws on the field. So to me, Justin Fields kind of reminds me of what Dak is. Similar size, again, could use their legs. And he's a very versatile piece, which I really like. And I like what he's done at Ohio State. Some people hold this against him, which I don't think is fair, that he goes to Ohio State, which isn't necessarily a quarterback school. I don't really like that. I personally look at each individual prospect, keyword on the individual, and not on what school they go to, because each player is different. Each person is different. It's not fair to base judgment on someone just based off of the school that they go to. Again, each individual is a little bit different. Justin Fields looks 100% the part. He's going to go in the top 3 easily, and we see why. So if the Jets are picking second, I think he would be the pick. Let's talk some of the other two. I have Trey Lance right after that. He's 6'4", 227 from North Dakota State, which is where Carson Wentz went to school. Small school, obviously, small school product. He only played 1 game this year because that's all that was on their schedule due to COVID. In that 1 game, he was 15 of 30, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 int. That doesn't really jump off the page to you. Again, it was just the 1 game. Last year, he put up really, really good numbers, 66.9 completion percentage, 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a 9.7 yards per attempt. Now, he is a really dynamic player. Good arm. He is someone who uses his legs a little bit more. I don't know if I'd go as far as Lamar Jackson, but he is definitely someone who uses legs and uses them well. Their offense is very zone read heavy, which it all depends on what the new coach would like to do in 2021. But I think that's part of where the NFL is going. You see Kyler Murray doing stuff like that, quarterbacks who are more along those lines of a dual threat quarterback, which is exactly what Trey Lance is. He needs to get better at his deep ball. His deep ball accuracy isn't always there, so improving on that is definitely something that you're going to want to see. The arm strength is good, and he can throw a deep ball. It's just not necessarily always accurate, and he definitely, this is the big one for me, he has to do a better job of protecting himself. Sometimes he takes unnecessary hits, which is tough because a lot of those young quarterbacks who use their legs, they always want to fight for those extra yards, and sometimes you have to slide. Sometimes you have to go down, and that's something that I would like to see him improve on, but he's someone who I think is going to go in the top 10, maybe even the top 5, and you could see why. He's definitely an intriguing prospect to me. I like Trey Lance a lot, actually. My player comparison for him is Deshaun Watson. Now, obviously, you hope your quarterback turns into Deshaun Watson, but big arm, uses his legs, tall, lanky frame. I think the comparison makes sense. Last quarterback we're talking about today is Zach Wilson, 6'3", 210 out of BYU. He's a riser this year. He's not someone who originally people thought was going to go in the first round. I really like this kid. He's fun. I don't think the Jets are going to be in a position where they're going to take him because I think he's probably the fourth quarterback in this draft class, and I don't think the Jets are going to fall that far. But I really like this kid. He's a lot of fun. As a junior, he has 21 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions and 11.4 yards per attempt. He likes to get the ball down the field, and he's electric. He's good going off a script. When the pocket breaks down, he can move around, make some plays, kind of like Tony Romo-esque. Sam Darnold kind of does that too, and that's the intriguing things with Sam Darnold that we like. The argument could be made against him that he takes too many risks and tries to force the ball, and that might not translate at the next level. That could turn into interceptions, especially early in his career, which is definitely, something that I look at with him as a potential, scare. But his big play ability, it really intrigues me, and he's been fun to watch. If you haven't watched any BYU games, I definitely recommend checking him out because he's been a ton of fun. And to me, my player comp is a bigger version of Baker Mayfield. At the college level, he was a riser in his final year. He was a lot of fun. He was running around making plays, making big throws, trusting his arm, had a little Brett Favre and Tony Romo in him. I see that as well for Wilson, so he is my fourth quarterback. But, ideally, if you're the New York Jets, you're picking first overall. You take Trevor Lawrence, and you don't have to worry about what the other prospects look like. But as of now, Justin Fields is my QB2, Trey Lance QB3, and Zach Wilson at QB4, who I like a lot. You have the quarterback from Florida and Alabama who could potentially go in the first round also, but these 4 guys I think are going to be the first 4 off the board. And I really like all of them. I think they're really good prospects, and I think this quarterback class is a really good one. So we'll see where they all go. But I just wanted to talk about each one of those guys a little bit. I get a lot of questions on the podcast, especially what happens if they don't take, if the Jets aren't picking first. Do they still take a quarterback? Do they roll with Sam Darnold? I think at this point you're probably rolling with the young quarterback, the rookie quarterback, and the reason for that is how the contracts are structured. So Sam Darnold is going into his 4th year, which is when the price tag starts to go up and go up quick. And the 5th year is really when you have to pay them the big bucks. The 5th year option's like $26 million. And it's not an easy thing. Maybe I'll say it like this. Maybe he turns into a player that you want to play $25 million. But based on what we've seen this year, he hasn't been very good. He's regressed. Maybe under a new coaching staff, he can be better. I'm not saying that he's not going to be a good quarterback at this level. From a recruiting standpoint, from a contract standpoint, and a roster building standpoint, the rookie contract is huge. So I really think the new staff is going to want to go with the new quarterback, even if they're not picking first overall. And to be honest with you, I'd be okay with any of these 3 guys that I listed off in this video. So, again, it's not a knock on Sam Darnold. I really wish things worked out. I just really don't see a scenario in which he's a starting quarterback for the Jets next year, which is sad with the expectations going into this year, but it is what it is at this point. Let me know what you think of these quarterbacks down in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will talk to you next time.